Janet, I have good news. Huh? Susan, what's up? I've decided to move. Moving? Yes. I've been living alone for a long time, right? But now I'm going to have a lively life. Well, Janet, please prepare a room for me. What? If you can, make sure it's a room that gets a lot of sunlight. I get cold easily. Wait a minute, please. Susan, are you trying to move in? Yes. What's the good news in that? I said no to you moving in. What? You're the only one who said you didn't want to live together. I don't have time to listen to my daughter-in-law. Bob agrees with me. Even you agreed to it, didn't you? You... Janet, are you really Bob's wife? Huh? If you know how Bob, my son, feels, you wouldn't have come to that conclusion, would you? What do you mean? You are really dumb, aren't you? He's just being nice and holding back. Because you are whining that you don't want to live with me. Bob is just trying to save face. You simply took him at his word. And you don't even try to understand Bob's true feelings. Aren't you an unfit wife? That's not true. We talked it over when we got married. We couldn't live with you. No, you just forced your opinion on Bob. Poor Bob. He really wanted to live with me, but he didn't want to get into trouble with you. I guess he had to reluctantly go along with you. That's not true. You're so selfish, pushing your own opinion, and you can't even think about your husband and your mother-in-law. It's been a year since you got married, and you still don't seem to have enough awareness of what it means to be a wife. Letting your husband take priority is one of the requirements to be a good wife. You need to learn to be a little more humble. Huh? But still, that's way too sudden. Why did you suddenly decide to move? A contract with my apartment is about to expire. To renew the contract, you have to pay the renewal fee. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to move out and move in with you guys. You don't have to be stingy with the renewal fee. What are you talking about? It's a big burden for a pensioner. Besides, you live in such a big house. I, the mother, have to live in a small apartment. It's just not right, is it? That being said, you have to keep your promise. Janet, please stop it. You are Bob's wife, right? Yes, but... Being Bob's wife means it's as if you became my daughter. As a daughter, it's natural to take care of your parents, right? Yes, it is. That's why we sometimes visit your apartment. We eat together and I help you with the housework. You think that's enough? Well... You must think it's insane to let an old mother live alone. What if I collapse in my apartment? And if it's too late to find me and the worst happens, it'll be your responsibility. No. You'll be fine. Bob told me that your health checkup last month was very good. You can't rely on medical checkups. You never know what might happen to an old person. No matter how healthy you are, you might trip on a step and fall. You can't keep talking about being old just because you want to move in. You often boast about how young you look, don't you? And you get so angry when people treat you like an old person. That's not what I'm talking about. Oh, I can't get anywhere talking to you. No matter what you say, we are going to live together. Even if you say so, we don't even have an empty room. Don't lie to me. It's such a big house. I'm sure there are plenty of empty rooms. They're all occupied. Well then, I'll take your room. What? How inappropriate for a wife to have her own room. No. I sometimes work remotely. I need my own workroom. Is that the trendy remote work thing? You're so sassy to work at home even though you're a woman. Yeah, well, what you're saying is messed up. Remote work has nothing to do with gender. Don't pick a fight at every turn. I mean, we live in a house. Ugh! Shut up! Talking to you irritates me. Susan? Yes, this is the end of my chat with you. If you send me any more texts, I'll ignore them. Well then, excuse me. Bob, is this a good time? Sorry if you're still at work. It's okay. I just got off work and I'm on the train. What's up? I just got a call from Susan. Mom? I guess she still hasn't given up on the idea of moving in together. Seriously? I told her when we got married that we weren't going to live together. I thought we explained to her why we couldn't live together. But she still wanted to live with us. So I tried to explain the situation again. But she ended the conversation one-sidedly. Right. It's like she doesn't want to hear what I have to say. Was I wrong to say that? No, it's not your fault. Mom has always been self-centered. She's always yelling and trying to get her way. Sometimes she cries, sometimes she rants. That's why my dad got fed up with her and they divorced. Yeah. I'll talk to her again. I'll tell her we can't live with her. That will be great. I'm afraid she's going to try to force us to move in with her someday. I'm sorry. My mom's selfishness got us into a lot of trouble. No problem. I'm grateful to you. I'm the one who asked you to listen to my selfishness when we got married. That's not true. We decided on this together, didn't we? I'm almost at the station. Let's talk about it when I get home. Yeah, come home safely. Janet, today is Sunday, so you're off work, right? I'm off. What about it? The weather is nice and it's a wonderful day to move in. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm moving there today. No, wait. I told you many times that we don't want to live with you. But I already sent you my stuff. Please don't reject it. Oh no. Thank goodness. Now I can live comfortably starting today. You can't just send your stuff to us. Oh, yeah, you'll get about 10 cardboard boxes on delivery. You'll take care of the payment there. What are you doing? We don't have room for 10 boxes. Why don't you just pile them up in the hallway? I'll be out of here by noon. Then I'll put my stuff in my room and clean up. Your room? We don't have a room for you. Oh no. You haven't prepared a room for me yet? Isn't it obvious? Neither Bob nor I have agreed to live with you. Well then, please put the boxes in your room for now. It's going to be my room sooner or later. I don't want to. You know, why are you being so mean to me? You live in such a big house. You should have at least one extra room. And just because you don't want me to live with you, you lied about all the rooms being occupied. We live with my parents. What? My parents, Bob and I, the four of us live together. What? What's that? You're living with your parents? Since when? We've been living together since the beginning of our marriage. That's a lie. I told you before. I can't believe it. You refuse to live with me, but you let your own parents live with you? No, it's not that I'm letting my parents to live with us. You're such a lousy wife. Mom, that's enough. What? All of a sudden? It's me. It's Bob. Bob? I've been sitting next to Janet reading your texts to each other. That's good. Huh? Poor Bob. You really want to live with me, but Janet's selfishness kept you away from me. And then she made you live with her parents? What was that? I've been telling you all along that I agree with Janet. I told you repeatedly that I don't want to live with you. Bob, it's okay. Huh? You don't have to hold back for her anymore. You've put up with enough. Huh? What are you talking about? Come on, just say it already. You really want to live with me, your mother. No, what are you really saying? I'm scared. My point is, don't be shy with Janet. Reveal your true feelings. You are the owner of the house. There is no reason for you to hold back in your own home. Huh? Janet, you're so brazen. Your parents are just as brazen as you. Trying to force Bob to live with your parents just because he's so nice. I wonder if parents and children have similar personalities after all. Wait a minute. What? Mom, could it be? Do you think I'm the owner of this house? What? Yes, I do. Aren't you? I was so surprised when I saw your new house. You bought such a big house right after you got married. I'm so proud of you. I knew it. I knew it. No, I'm not. What do you mean? This house is Janet's parents' house. Janet's parents' house? That's right. That's why her parents live here together. You're lying about this being her parents' house. It's such a new house. It looked like a new house. I think it's because they did some major renovations shortly before Janet and I got married. Remodeling? Janet's father fell ill a few years ago. Due to the after effects, he became wheelchair-bound. So they made the house barrier-free. It's hard for her mother to take care of her father by herself. So we decided to move in together. Oh, is that right? That's why the house is in her father's name. No matter how big a company I work for, there's no way we can afford a house this big, this early in our marriage. Didn't I explain everything to you when I married Janet? I'm sure Janet told you that too. Did she? I'm so stunned. You don't remember anything that doesn't suit you. You were so excited about the house. You complimented me on how great it was. I told you that this was Janet's father's house. I told you that Janet's parents and you couldn't live together. So I asked you to live in an apartment. You were going to stay in the apartment. Janet and I would visit you from time to time. Oh, wait a minute. So you are forced to take care of her father? Janet is such a terrible wife. Forcing you to live with her own parents and then forcing you to take care of them. You know what? Don't say Janet forced me to live with her parents. I decided to move in with her parents after a thorough discussion with Janet. But he only has a limp, but he can eat and use the restroom normally. Usually her mother takes care of him. Janet and I just help out a little. But I'm still not convinced. She came here to marry into our family. But she only takes care of her own parents. I can't forgive her for taking care of her own parents and leaving me alone. As a wife, she should put her husband's parents before her own parents. That's why I don't want to live with you. What do you mean? You don't want to live with your mother? If we live with you, you'll force your old values on us. We'll be stressed out. Stress? It's really stressful when the loudest voice is the one who doesn't agree with our values. That's why, if your package comes, I'll send it back. What? Well, I'm not living with you? I told you from the beginning that we don't want to live with you. Besides, even if we did live together, can you work or help take care of him? What? Why would I have to do that? It's only natural if we live together. But I have a pension, so I don't have to work. I don't want to take care of a stranger, even if he is my son's father-in-law. There's no merit in living with such an unemployed spender. An unemployed spender, you say? How dare you say that to your own mother? I know why you want to live with us. What? When you and Dad divorced, you got all the money from the property division. You spent it all, didn't you? What? The pension is coming in regularly. But at the rate you're spending it, it's not enough. So you are planning to stay at our house and have us take care of your food, clothing, and shelter. And then pour all of the pension money into fun, right? That's... You know, Mom, do you understand that I'm married into her family? Huh? You forgot? I thought it was weird. This time too, but the last few times you've sent me a parcel, it's been under my bachelor name. You know, you married into her family. Why? You were the reason, and you just forgot about it? What? Me? When you and Dad divorced, Zach thought you'd be worried about living alone. I think you snubbed his wife who agreed to live with you out of love for your son. No. He got mad and told you to move out and kicked you out, didn't he? Well, you see... That's why you had to live alone in a small apartment. When I got married, you wanted to move in with me this time. But I've seen what happened to my brother, so I said I'd never move in with you. That's what I declared when we got married. Also, Janet is the only daughter of an old family. So I'll take her last name. I told you that. That's how you got to where you are now. Huh? You seem to be against me changing my last name at first. Zach took over our family name. Our family has 2 boys. You reluctantly agreed to let me take her last name. Is that so? It was a year ago, so I forgot. You really don't remember everything that's inconvenient, do you? Anyway, I'll send back all of your stuff that's on its way here. Wait a minute. Why? You know I can't live with you. No, I mean, this apartment, I have to leave at the end of the month. You didn't renew your lease? I can't afford the renewal fee. You can afford to move out. It can't be helped. I have very little savings left. If I pay the renewal fee, I won't be able to move out. Oh. So I have no choice but to move in there. I don't need my own room. Just let me put my stuff there for now. Mike should be there soon. Who's Mike? Your brother, Uncle Mike. Mike? I expected this would happen. I've been talking to him about you for a while. When you texted Janet, I called him in a hurry. He said he'd be right over. Wait a minute. I don't like Mike. He's been so strict with me since we were kids. He'd yell at me for being selfish. I never wanted to see him again. That's why I asked Uncle Mike to help me. He's the only one who can make my pushy, selfish mom do what he says. He said he'll take you in, so wait there. No, absolutely not. If I live with him, the stress will drive me crazy. You're lucky you have a place to live. I'll see you later. Wait for me, Bob. Shortly after this, Bob's uncle arrived at Susan's apartment. It seems that his uncle put the crying Susan in his car and took her to the countryside where he lived. He made her do housework and work in the fields. She is so exhausted every day that she doesn't have time to complain. Sometimes, she texts to complain to her son Bob. Bob has decided not to deal with Susan until she's completely remorseful. As for me, I am living a peaceful life with Bob and my parents. Bob and my father seem to get along well, and they often enjoy drinking and talking together. Seeing such a scene makes me feel happy from the bottom of my heart, and I am glad I married him.
Hi, Frederick. I'll be going on a trip from today.
What? A trip? That's pretty sudden. Who are you going with?
Friends! You don't know them, so there's no point giving you their names. One of the people who's supposed to go suddenly felt ill, so I was suddenly called to come instead of her. I was pretty surprised. I'll be back next week Sunday. We're going to Florida.
Oh, okay.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Nothing. I just thought your reaction was a bit dark.
Huh? You already told me what I was going to ask, so there was nothing really for me to say.
Oh? That's why?
Sorry, I've got some work left to do, so can we end the conversation?
Oh, overtime? But the company isn't that busy right now, right? That's unusual.
We had to delay our meeting since some customers came. I'm sorry I won't be able to see you off, but take care.
Okay, bye.
I just got a text from my wife saying she's going to go on a trip from today.
Oh, hey, Frederick, this is perfect timing. I just got a report from the detective. It seems Janice got into Wilford's car carrying a suitcase. Should we, continue the investigation?
Of course. She's probably going to disappear for a while, so we can't lose her here. I don't care if I have to pay extra. Continue the investigation.
Got it.
I'll send you a screenshot of the conversation we had earlier. It's likely she's not actually going to Florida, but just in case.
Alright, thanks.
I'll leave it to you then.
Alright, I'm pretty far away from home already, so it's time I tell you what's going on. You see, there's another guy, Frederick. We kind of fell in love. I'm gonna marry him, okay? I was only buying time when I said that I would be going on a trip and got into that car. I'll let you get off with $200,000 of alimony, so don't bother her happiness, okay?
Hi, Charlie. Sorry for texting you at this hour. I just got more messages from Janice, so I'll send you a screenshot.
Oh, she sent you this just 10 minutes ago?
She probably thought I was already sleeping. No way she expected me to get this information to a detective right after.
True.
Alright, I'll leave it to you. Sorry for bothering you at such an hour.
No problem. See you later.
You haven't been replying to my text. Are you even reading these? It says the messages are unread. I need you to reply concerning me and Wilford's marriage. Of course, we're gonna get divorced no matter what you say, though. If you understand, hurry up and reply.
Charlie, you met with the spy and are investigating Janice, right? What is she doing?
Yep, seems they've rented a weekly apartment at the city. They went shopping during the day of commodities. The two of them are now in the apartment together.
Got it. Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, I want to hurry up and get divorced. I can't do that if you don't reply to my text. You have to pay me an alimony, so I can't just submit the divorce papers on my own. Frederick, it says these messages are read, so I'm going to assume you understand.
I'll send you today's text, Charlie.
Thanks. There's no big difference here. But it looks like they've greeted their neighbors saying that they're a newly married couple.
A newly married couple. I see. That reminds me. Have you been able to come in contact with Wilford?
I'm trying to find the right timing. It seems he found a job here, so I'll try and grab him while he's on his way home from work.
Got it. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, you idiot! I want you to pay me $200,000 in alimony, so reply. You're not ignoring me because you don't want to pay, are you? Just be a man and pay me. Were you that cowardly?
Hi, Frederick. About Janice's text earlier, but...
What's up?
Does Janice think that she's the one that's going to be paid in alimony?
Yep. Looks like it. I was just thinking that now.
What's this about $200,000?
She's probably got mixed up with property division.
So she's talking about the inheritance you got from your father, who died last year.
Probably. But it's not subject to property division in case of divorce.
Exactly. Looks like Wilford got out of the building. I'm going to talk to him. See you later.
You must be coming home from work like you said. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, the reason why you're not replying is because you don't want to get divorced, right? If so, I'll give you a chance. Play a game with me. The game is, find where I am or pay me $200,000 in alimony. If you can find me, then you don't have to pay me and we can stay married. The game starts now. You there, Frederick? When are you going to reply to my text? Fine, I'll give you a hint. I told you I'd be going to Florida when I left, right? That was a lie. I went in the opposite direction. Okay, this is my hint. So hurry up and find me. Hi, Frederick. Where are you looking for me? I'll give you another hint. I'm in the largest city in B State. I'm staying at a weekly apartment there. This was a huge hint, right? If you still can't find me, it means you don't love me enough. If you don't want to get divorced and pay $200,000, then you better hurry up and find me. Frederick! Frederick! Stop messing around. I already gave you so many hints. Why haven't you found me yet? If you were actually looking, you would have found me by now.
Hi. It's been 1 week, right?
Frederick, what's with the tone? And why you've been ignoring me?
I only replied because there's something I need to tell you.
Where are you?
At home. Why?
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. You're not looking for me?
I'm not. And?
What? Then pay me $200,000. After that, we're getting divorced. Jesus, you could have found me so easily if you tried. But now you have to pay $200,000 on top of losing your wife. You're so pathetic that I can't even pity you. It's just funny, honestly.
We will get divorced.
Huh?
I was planning on it from the start.
Oh, really? Then I'll tell you the bank account to deposit the $200,000 in.
What are you talking about? You're the one who's going to be paying me.
What?
I'll explain it to you, since I kinda understand what kind of misunderstanding you're having from your text until now.
What is it?
Firstly, the person who cheated on their partner is the one who pays. It doesn't matter whether you're a woman or not.
What?
Secondly, this $200,000 you're talking about is probably the money I got from my father who died, but...
Yes? And? I heard that I would get half of it when we get divorced.
In the first place, you probably have alimonies and property divisions mixed up, but inheritances aren't a subject of property division.
Huh?
It means that you're not going to get a single cent from it by law.
What? But that means that I won't get any money from you, and I actually have to pay you?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I'll talk to my new boyfriend first.
You mean Wilford?
What? You knew?
Sorry, but I noticed something was up quite a while ago, and asked a detective acquaintance of mine to do some investigation.
A detective? So that means you know.
The detective followed you and Wilford, so I knew where you two were from the start.
What?
The detective approached Wilford a few days ago and told him you were actually married.
He told him?
You said something like, "My parents are abusing me, help me escape," and made him quit his job, right?
But I wanted to marry him.
The detective also told him your parents are dead.
That too? Wait. Is that why he just suddenly disappeared without saying a word?
He left as soon as he found out the truth about you. Wilford's a man of integrity. I told him he didn't need to pay me any money since he was just getting fooled by you, but he still came to my place yesterday and gave me what he said was all of his money as an apology, saying that was his punishment. I accepted half of it to make him feel better.
No way. He did that?
Oh? Looks like he's here.
Who?
The lawyer I hired. Your uncle.
What? Why my uncle?
I heard that he and his wife were the ones who raised you after you lost your parents, so I thought I would ask them for help.
I don't like him. He's too strict.
I'm glad he's strict.
What?
Now it's time for you to get scolded by your uncle and listen to a lawyer's explanation at the same time. Don't forget to pay my alimony, okay?
No! Why? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Right after our conversation, Janice's uncle and his wife arrived at our weekly apartment she was staying at. The front door wasn't locked, so they were able to get in quite easily. Since the neighbors were nearby, Janice's uncle couldn't shout too loudly, but apparently Janice went white when he told her the amount she would have to pay me. She paid the alimony and we got divorced after that. But apparently, she next had to pay Wilford in alimony. Apparently it was for lying to him about not being married, and for him losing his job because of her. Janice didn't have the money anymore, and was forced to take on a debt. She now works day and night under the supervision of her uncle.